Hello, welcome to Annoyed Gamer. This is E3 2013, and I normally do the worst of E3, but seeing as Annoyed Gamer is now a regular show as opposed to a one-off, I'm kind of like just gonna touch on a couple of things that have irked me, and then get on to the big topic of this show. What is the big topic of this show? Can you guess? Well, it's not Nintendo, I'll tell you that. Anyway, all right, first off, ESA, the Entertainment Software Association, they run E3 every year, and I've just got a couple of requests and a couple of things that I want to get out there. Some I'm repeating, but I also want to turn around, just put this stuff out there. First of all, the no kids rule. The no kids rule is on the ESA website. Anybody under the age of 17 is not allowed, period. That's it. Unfortunately, day one, waiting to get in, I see half a dozen kids with underage badges from Konami. Really? Yeah, enforce it. It's on your friggin' website. It's there. There's signs everywhere that say, no children admitted, and yet they're walking in. Sort it out. No disrespect to kids, but there's Comic-Con, there's PAX. Take them there. Don't bring them to E3. You arseholy CEOs of various companies with your pampered spawn. Don't want to see them at the show. If I see them here next year, I'm going to kick them. Because I have a right to. Because I'm an asshole. Also, cosplayers. I've done this a couple of years in the running as well, but there's more of them this year. I saw some lady in a Pikachu onesie. It wasn't even a proper costume. It was a 1999 onesie wandering around. This is a business show. This is for meetings and for media professionals and retailers and business development. And I'm sorry, if you are a member of the press or a retailer or anything, and you turn up to any meeting in a Pikachu onesie, you're an idiot. And if you're none of those guys, and you've come to E3 in a Pikachu onesie, you have no right to be here. Again, Comic-Con, perfect place for cosplay. Amazing cosplay, I love it. I love how creative people get. Ditto PAX East, ditto PAX Prime. Gamescom, public days. Hey, E3, maybe start doing some public days. Friday, Saturday, let's do some public days. People can dress up while I am in my house drinking scotch and miles away from them. Sort it out. Don't come here again. Not welcome. Next year, as I said, I'm booting. I am going to be physically kicking people in the ass. Thanks, Parappa. Push off. One last suggestion. Tuesday mornings, let people in, let the media in, 9 o'clock till noon before opening to everybody else, so we can actually get a bunch of stuff done without lining up for 3 months because people who shouldn't be here are here. And, oh yeah, tighten up the rules. You have these rules, you obviously don't implement them. People aren't in the industry who are here, they're fans. And again, fans are great, not here.
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360, that's your message if you don't like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device.
Wow. What a quote. What an interview on live television. Nice one, Don. I mean, seriously, doesn't that just sum up everything that unfortunately we've come to hate about Microsoft over maybe the last year, the last 18 months? And I used to be a huge Xbox fan. I bought an Xbox day one, the original Xbox One. Not the Xbox One. The Xbox One. One Xbox, first Xbox. What am I going to call? OG Xbox. Xbox Prime. Xbox Uno. Yeah, I bought one day one. I bought an Xbox 360 day one. And then when that Red Ring of Death, I bought another one. And when that one went Red Ring of Death, I bought a third one, the slim one. And I've got the Kinect, God knows why. But yeah, I loved my Xbox 360. I still love a lot of games on my Xbox 360. There's some incredible stuff out there that I love playing. So yes, for those of you who turn around and say, oh, you just hate Microsoft because they're Microsoft. No, actually, I was one of their staunchest supporters, especially during the time of the PS3 launch, which was, for the first couple of years, a pretty much unmitigated disaster. However, Microsoft, from their position of strength, decided to get all cocky. Microsoft want to be Apple. Microsoft think that they can tell us what to do. I mean, they even throw out, well, in 2005, we started the push towards HD with Xbox being, predominantly a HD console. It's like, yeah, but you know what, Microsoft? People could save up for a HD TV. People could save their pennies, get a HD TV, and then enjoy all the HD goodness of the Xbox 360. You can't save up to get better internet if there is none available. You've become bloody minded. It's all about hubris. And honestly, turn around and giving the example of, well, if you're in a nuclear submarine or if you're on a foreign base, get a 360. Really? That's what you want to say to the troops? That's what you want to say to the people who are protecting us, the people who, have bare comforts anyway because they're overseas facing death. You really want to go at it that way? I'm sorry, that's absolutely ridiculous and offensive and disgusting. And everything that Microsoft has done this week has been offensive and disgusting. Canceling interviews. People are going to, to the booth and saying, all right, I'm here for my Xbox 101, where I'm supposed to talk to people and get answers about the Xbox. No, here's a tech demo. Look at the stars. The stars are being done in the cloud, on the fly. Who gives a toss? Nobody gives a toss. And then, of course, Microsoft continued to amaze us this week with the points. Well, the points are expiring. So when the points expire, we're switching to dollars, pounds, euros, yen, whatever. Actually, not yen, because Japan doesn't really get it until 2014, some point, maybe? Yeah. So really, you can't just say, well, you've got 300 points left. Nothing really worth buying on there. We're just going to give you a couple of bucks to get you started. People have already paid for that shit anyway. No, we're just going to make it expire. We're just going to, take that last bit from you, give you a bit of a kick in while we're at it, Good job. And let's talk about this 21 country list is a friggin' joke, to be honest with you. But honestly, I think I might move to Poland because I don't want to have to deal with Xbox One. In fact, you know what? Microsoft have done everybody a favor. If you're not in one of those 21 countries, you don't have to put up with Xbox One. You know why? Because you can buy a PS4. And you know what? A PS4 is not always online. A PS4, you can actually go and buy used games. And you can play them and you can swap games with your friends, and you don't have to have this pre-approved list with a urine test and semen samples and blood and all that fun stuff on your friends list, so you can give one of them a game and they have to be your friends for 30 days or something. Thinking about it, it was easier for me to get my green card to come into the US and fill out all those forms and understand what I was doing than it is to understand the friends and family process on Xbox One, on sharing a game with somebody, on getting my family to play. Yeah, good job, Microsoft. I mean, seriously, the communication skills are ridiculously inept. I've seen mimes deliver better speeches than some of the shit I saw this week on that press conference floor. Indie games, we're supporting indie games on Xbox One, and we can show you Minecraft! Come on, when you have more money as an indie developer than most third parties, you're not fucking indie anymore. All right, let's talk about price. A couple of weeks ago, I've been saying $500, suicide. Anything above $399, suicide. Microsoft, suicide. $500, really, $500 for the one box, as I've said before, that really does not rule them all. The one box that you need the DVR for, the one box that you need the additional memory for because you have to install a bunch of stuff. The one box that you're basically gonna have to stick an Xbox 360 next to if you really want to play some decent games. Because again, launch lineup, kind of underwhelming, to be honest with you. I mean, when you look at Titanfall being this amazing looking exclusive, that's not coming out till next year. Where's the day one? Where's the day one? I need to buy this game. Where is the Halo? Where is the Gears of War? And they don't have to be a Halo or a Gears of War. Where is the ball grabber? Rise? Romans with quick time? Yeah, no, sorry. There is nothing on this booth that's making me excited for the next generation whatsoever. In fact, if I'm looking for the next generation, I go across the way. I go there. And in fact, that's a nice segue. It's time to talk about PlayStation. Okay, to finish up, I am outside the Sony booth. PlayStation has had a very, very good week. There's been a couple of ups and downs, but basically, Sony have figured out that, ever since, to be honest with you, the PSN hack, if you have the public mea culpa, if you come on stage and say, we're sorry, we're going to try and make it right, you are the gamers, you matter to us, then people like that. Guess what? People seem to like it when people give a shit about them. And now, of course, we are hearing several stories this week about how the DRM practices, Sony aren't being honest, and I'm finding out that some of these stories are coming from sources who cannot be named, who are developers, who are maybe on the payroll of another company. Yeah, fancy that. Look, I'm also hearing that, there was this big controversy that Microsoft were paying developers and publishers not to show PS4 games, only to show the PS1 versions of games and the Xbox 360 versions of games. Now that actually is pretty much common practice where, and I'm sharing something with you here, marketing departments make deals with first party, whether it be Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony, and they have these little deals where it's like, all right, well, what's the default review code we're going to send out? It'll be a retail box 360, retail version of 360, or PS3, or PS4, or are there games, for example, like Destiny, or Watch Dogs, or Assassin's Creed? All those games are being shown on PS4. They're not being shown on Xbox One, and that's because of deals with Sony. So it's not this whole, oh my God, Microsoft are buying people out with regards to not showing Xbox One demos. In fact, I have seen probably 10 times as many PS4 demos at this show than I have Xbox One demos. So that happens, sharing that with the world, no major controversy. However, when stories are being fed to certain people in the press and they're writing stories from sources, and those sources have a vested interest, then some questions have to be raised. Sony's DRM, is it still kind of up in the air in a couple of ways? Yes. Have they said basically for them it's business as usual what they did on the last generation? Yes. I'm looking forward to finding out more over the next couple of weeks because, again, if they do decide to let EA put season passes back or online passes or whoever it is, then we're going to have some conversations, we're going to have discussions. But until then, until it's 100% clarified, I'm going to hold off. Last week, did the 5 worst things that happened at E3. Number 1 was people can't forget when Microsoft bring the games. Well, Microsoft brought the games. People won't forget because they brought a shit ton of bollocks and baggage with them as well. Point number 2 was Sony don't drop the ball. Well, they didn't drop the ball. Did they go for a touchdown? Well, I think the current pre-order numbers, I think it's 8-1 in favor of PS4 over Xbox One. That pretty much shows that they did score a touchdown. Perhaps they didn't get the extra point yet because we know that they're going to be charging now for multiplayer through PSN Plus. But PSN Plus is a really good service. I mean, you get free games. That's awesome. Microsoft are now doing that as well, but Sony have been doing that for a fair while. What else have they done that was kind of cool? Oh, that's right, no camera. You don't need to have the freaking camera. You can pay extra for the camera if you want, but you don't need to have it always on. So great, no whacking off videos, no Prism. Yeah, Xbox Prism, that was the funniest thing. Look up what Prism is, obviously. Yes, anything else, Kyle? Am I done? I think that's pretty much it, really. Yeah, oh, one last thing. Jack Tretton, you were like a boss on Monday. You absolutely eviscerated Microsoft. Your delivery was deadpan. That glint in the eye was perfect. However, you did ruin it a little bit the next day when Jeff Keighley was interviewing you and you tried to do the mic toss. With all due respect, this is how you drop the mic.